everybody, and welcome to IndyCar. Now, going on right behind us is Fast Friday, with rain clouds in the air as well. But we won't be seeing that until tomorrow, just before the qualifying begins. So it's time to look back at what happened on Thursday. Now, a little update for you. This does say practice 3 and 4 highlights, but this was practice 4, an absolute washout. Absolutely no chance that the session could ever happen. They did try and hold on 2 hours, they did, but the track was officially lost and they cancelled all of the action on Wednesday. Thursday, however, was full of action as usual. The teams needed to get out there and do race and qualifying runs. Here's the highlights. The track is dry, the clouds still remain in the sky, but the green light is on and we are underway. Practice 3 got cancelled due to the wet weather, so it's only right we get another 6 hours of action for the teams and drivers. How much of it will remain in the dry, though? There are clouds circulating, but yesterday, on Wednesday, it all got washed out. 6 hours ahead of us, and a crucial 6 hours, because with the time lost yesterday, they've now got to spend the first hour getting all the drivers back in sights as well, getting all of them back into the groove of the brickyard. Hours 2, 3 and 4 all have to be spent on a race simulation, trying to find out who's quick and who's not, and then the last 2 hours of the day all going out there for qualifying preparations. Tomorrow is Fast Friday. Everybody receives the boost. Everybody gets to go into their qualifying fuel loads as well. So today, realistically, the last shot for a race pace setup, and the car's already out there as well. Dalton Kellett straight up there to the top. Harvey, Karam, Kirkwood, Rahal, McLaughlin, DiFrancesco, all of them already out there and changing up the times of what they need to be. And pack racing is beginning as Herta looks to the inside line already into turn 1 and gets ahead of Helio Castroneves. So Colton Herta is on a qualifying simulation lap. If we take a look at it now, we've highlighted his car over 222 miles an hour around turn 4 onto the start-finish straight. Now he's taken the white flag so that this is the end of his simulation run. Cross the line, and Herta 225 miles an hour overall, as he now, you see, he begins to back down. So on his average, lap 1, 222.125, lap 2, 222.138, lap 3, 221.686, lap 4, 221.669 miles an hour. So his 4-lap run average for Herta is a 222.904 miles an hour. And at the moment, that has put Herta down in 14th place in the standings. So 4 hours and 38 minutes to go then. There hasn't been much happening. Let's go through the times, though, as things stand. And, of course, the speed traps are where things are key. Hello, Castroneves then going Matt Thorne pitting this lap. So it's Scott Dixon who is quickest as things stand, followed by Pato Ward, Marcus Ericsson, Felix Rosenquist, and Eric Carpenter, the top 5. Big surprise there, everyone in the pit lane. Hello, Castroneves out on the track now has been joined as well by the 29. If we look down, is Devon and DiFrancesco. Christian Lundgaard also now joining out there on the circuit. But it looks to be quite a calm opening session of the day. Of course, everyone is mainly going to be trying to do a load of qualifying runs as well and focus on race runs in hours 2, 3 and 4. Castroneves in his qualifying pace then at the moment. He's averaging a 220 mile an hour lap time, which is interesting. Of course, he had a crash at the open test on April 20th at turn 2, but thankfully he was okay. And the car easily repaired for today. But a crash, especially inside 4.5 hours to go, would severely cripple anybody. So they've all got to still take care out there. Let's have a word with Helio.
And throughout the week, obviously. So when you do qualifying sims like that, what do you look for to just kind of tell yourself that you're going in the right direction, or that you're happy with the balance that you're feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about aerodynamics today. So obviously when you take out some of the aerodynamics underneath the car is where it's very efficient, and obviously the rear wing down, and then you check that your mechanical balance is correct, which we're very happy with. We got a really good balance in the car, quite comfortable. You know, to be on the pole, you don't want to be comfortable, so we got some ways to go on trimming the car. It's about the details at this point. It's really an engineering game, and the drivers, that's the time to just unplug, and they put you in the car and you go. So it's a different exercise. Obviously, it's very important to find a clear lap, because you see a car at the end of a straightaway, you're getting a tow, and it's making your speed false.
And that's Helio Castroneves. That's not Helio Castroneves, so that's Simon Pagenaud talking down there in the pit lane as well. We can only hear at the moment. We can't see the TV pictures. It keeps blacking out. But we're relying on hearsay as well in the earphones. But still, it's an interesting time. Scott Dixon still, as I said, the fastest. 227.335 miles an hour is his best speed, and he's still a mile per hour off of what Takuma Sato did on the opening day at 228 miles an hour. So we're not yet at the glory runs. Everyone seems to be focusing on qualifying runs, which is very, very nice to see. And we've got more cars finally coming out of the pit lane after being in there for around about half an hour. We've got a yellow flag. It's not a full course caution, but it is a yellow that has come out. So I don't know where this is on the straightaway, because it's not looking like... There it is, look. So it's a single yellow. It's not full course caution, so everyone can still circulate, I think, because it's not officially a red flag situation, but got to find out why. As cars... Track inspection. So there we go. It's a yellow flag for a track inspection. So they're not red flagging, and they haven't pulled out the full course caution. It's yellow flag mainly for a track inspection. So cars still circulating. We've gone red flag and full course caution. So it is a caution is out for practice 4. Now that is a strange one. So all cars are coming into the pit lane. They have triggered the red flag, so that's not great news at all. So all action is now stopped with 4 hours and 22 seconds left, and they're going to come back in. Let's take a look at the social screen with the full tweet deck open as well. We're looking through yellow track inspection. Yellow flag is out for track inspection. Kind of on time as Daly was about to take a qualifying sim run, etc. Cars have been focusing on that in the past hour, but it is a caution is out for practice 4, so it's full course yellow now, with the red flag also being signalled. We are back to green flag conditions then here at the Brickyard with 4 hours and 7 minutes to go. Alexander Rossi straight out there onto the track, and if we can, let's open up his battle computer and take a look on board. Flat out through turn 4, 226 miles an hour, 220 as he crosses the line. And his time is 226 miles an hour. Rossi jumps to 19th now. His best, though, in Sector 3 was a 230.864, but down the straightaway loses time, and it becomes a 223.656 miles an hour lap time. Venus VK has just done a 4-lap average at 223.516 miles an hour. And on all 3 laps, he did 223.9, 0.5, 0.3 and 0.1. But he kept in that average at 223 miles an hour. Now, it's tomorrow where the drivers are really going to start getting up there and having a more experienced type of faster engine power allowed. But still... If I take a look at where VK is right now, he's P7. And if we open up the battle screen on the monitor, there we go. You can see last lap, 176, he's just come across the line. That's unfortunate, but he is 7th at the moment and looking quite strong. Let's hear from Colton Herta.
It was fairly easy running through through some stuff with different ride heights and different things like that to see what they do to the handling. And then once we kind of get the handling where we want, we'll trim quite a bit more. So, yeah, good first few runs.
Are the conditions right now, how do you gauge where you're at based on maybe what we see tomorrow and even on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty different tomorrow to what it is today, but I don't think it's going to be terribly different on Saturday. It's going to definitely be a little gustier, but I think temperature-wise it should be similar to what we were like in the morning. So I was pretty happy with how we ended balance-wise, and then, probably tomorrow is when we'll do a lot more of the trimming and get down to what we'll be looking like in qualifying.
Before I let you go, did you find the culprit of who tipped over your golf cart this morning?
Yeah, I know exactly who did it. But
who was it?
It was Alex and Roman.
Okay, so your teammates. So that's what we thought, because Alex was throwing you under the bus yesterday for maybe stealing his golf cart, so we thought it might be them.
I mean, not very smart for those two guys. I mean, we're the last three at the media center, and I come out and my golf cart's tipped and no one else is there. So, yeah, it's obviously them. But that's okay. That's all right. I'll get him back, and I'll get him back better.
Okay.
The Indy pranks never failed to put a smile on everybody's faces. So it was Alexander Rossi and Romain Grosjean who tipped over Colton Herta's cart this morning as well. And James Hinchcliffe was tweeted saying, a throwback to when some vintage bus lot bamboozlement, like the time I saran wrapped Marco Andretti's golf cart together. Legend has it he still hasn't made it to his engineering meeting. Yeah, I remember that a couple of years back as well. So the pranks of Indy continuing as well. And of course, it all started when Marco Andretti's hot tub got vandalised and Orbeez were put in there as well. And unfortunately, it's now just absorbed as well. It absorbs. This is fantastic stuff. 3 hours, 43 minutes to go then here at the Brickyard. Jack Harvey just starting a full lap run then as well. We're into the qualifying times, but of course tomorrow on Fast Friday, that's really when we're going to see the times coming through. Let's take a quick look at the top 5 then. On the battle computer, it's Scott Dixon, 227.3 is his top speed. Pato O'Ward, Marcus Ericsson the top 3, Rosenquist and Carpenter the top 5. So all in all, it's looking quite good so far, as the 3 McLarens are 1, 2, 3. It's O'Ward, Rosenquist and Montoya all towing each other round turns 1 now. So 2 hours and 28 minutes to go of the Indy 500 practice then as well. Dixon still fastest, 227.335. David McCulkers has gone second fastest out there as well. But right now they're just out there practicing their times. Let's take a look at the full runs. There's, as I said, Dixon, McCulkers, then O'Ward, Ericsson and Rosenquist the top 5. But the cars now, and jumping up, Alex Palou goes top. Just as I say that, Alex Palou goes fastest, 228.038 miles an hour. The second driver then here at practice to go up into the 228s. The first one, of course, was Sato just a few days ago. So great time there. So 2 hours, 11 minutes to go then of this practice session, and only 2 cars out there at the moment, so everyone's still circulating at least. Out there, Scott McLaughlin, as well as Dalton Kellett, the 2 cars out there. The times as things stand as well, Dixon's still on top now. He's done 227.335. That is because the time we saw at 228 miles an hour has actually been, by Alex Palou, has been disallowed as well. So that has gone from the timing screens, and that is now changed everyone around. So that's the things as it currently stands. So all of the action then going on at the moment, because we had Dixon, Sato, McCulkers, 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of pack racing going on as things stand, as you can see on the driver tracker. But it's Dixon Sato who's going up there. 227.335 miles an hour is the fastest. And the clouds are starting to come in as well. So everyone's out there getting the pack racing done, because they don't know how long they've got until possible rain comes. It's just appeared on the radar out of nowhere. So they're all out there now doing doing the race runs, doing the faster times. Is up the inside then already. That's a move. That's Connor Daly getting through on the inside of Devon and DiFrancesco as well. But look at Jimmy Johnson once again in 7th place, keeping those times up there, keeping the positions in. So we've got the yellow flag out there here again at the Brickyard. We've got 1 hour, 40 minutes to go. And there were about 12 cars out there as well, doing it all. They were just doing their race runs. That's affected Dixon, Ericsson, Rosenquist, Johnson out there as well, Carpenter, VK. In fact, those were also running in the slipstream as well, trying to get information on what the speeds are like inside the tow as well. Can they get up to over 220 miles an hour? We've been seeing the average with no tow is 223. With the tow, you do get the average of 225, but when you're in pack racing it goes below that to 218, so it's a real mixture at the moment. The teams can't get that across as well. They can't figure out if the aero screen's causing more problems than it did last year, and with the cooler track temperatures here today because the rain clouds are still circulating, it's all messing up their race strategies. The yellow flag is out again though. That is scheduled for the track inspection. It's been about 2 hours since the last one, so now they're going to head out there, do about 15 minutes just checking that the barriers are safe, the track's safe, there's no little springs out there that could cause a puncture and fly someone off into the wall, and then we'll get going, and it will be 1 hour, fingers crossed, of uninterrupted track action. They'll all go out there, do some qualifying runs, but it's Dixon on top with 227 miles an hour. He's completed only 11 laps so far, and the maximum lap setup, that's from Carl Kirkwood, 13th at the moment, and he's done 13 laps. 1 hour to go then, and the green light goes back out, and out there as well, we're seeing Grosjean, Herta, Pagenaud and Daly heading out there as well to do some long runs, and it's nice to see as well, with an hour to go, they're going to have full-on runs for quali laps. So we've got 7 cars out there at the moment. They're all out there doing their slipstream run. There's 7 cars running together. 15 out of the 33 in total are out on the track as well. Now, we saw that Graham Rahal was in the middle of that fight. He's dropped back. Now we get to see Montoya getting past. Up the inside, Cashton Evers and Pagenaud making way through. And there's the graphic. Rain is coming in. Now, we've got 41 minutes left of this session. Where it is, we're about 10 minutes outside of the capital of Indianapolis. We're at the district called Speedway. That's the name of the town we're in. And of course, that big rain cloud circulating now at the top of turn 1 and the outside of turn 4. Dixon's got the fastest speed. That's 227. Everyone in this pack at the moment is running at around about 219 miles an hour. So we're inside the race pace that they need to do. They need to figure out which is the quickest line. Is the low line the quickest for pack racing, or can you risk a maneuver on the outside on the high lines through the bank corners? Everyone out there at the moment is on the black primaries. No one out there on the red alternate sticker tyres, as we see a quick replay of what happened when it rained last week. And the worst part of the track was the speedway section. Down the start-finish straight as well. Because it's a different type of tarmac, the bitumen that's underneath the surface is more compact together. It doesn't allow the rain to drain away as it does on the road course section. So when it rains here, it really floods the track. You need Noah's Ark to get round. Believe it or not, they even took a jet ski out one year and went round the outside of turn 3 with it. Same happened in Sepang, actually. Korean Channel did that back in 2012, and the day after the race as well. It rained again. They were doing some filming. So the pack racing's going on, and they're all averaging again the 2:16s. 40 minutes to go of the session, and no sign of that rain. They might just get away with it. So the rain's starting to come down then already. It's just a few spots at the moment. It's that psychological rain that's going to be hitting the drivers. But on this type of surface as well, the water builds up quickly. It's got nowhere to drain away because it's not the right format. On an oval, it's a super smooth silk surface as well. The bitumen level is more compact together. So that rain in the camera there, as you can see, is hitting down there as we ride with Jimmy Johnson. It's really going back. But quick word on Jimmy Johnson, 4th fastest at the moment as well. From a guy on the road courses who was so far back throughout last year. He impressed at the road course race at Texas, and now he's done the most laps today, 141 in total, as the pack racing starts again as DiFrancesco tries to go around the outside of Rahal. Grosjean's on the inside as well. It's not working out there. But Johnson, the big surprise, 4th place, 226 miles an hour, looking good. The question is now, with 20 minutes to go. Are we going to get the full one, or are they going to have to throw the yellow? And then if it's still too bad, they will not hesitate, throwing the red flag and ending the session fully. But pack racing again in full action here at the Brickyard, and only, 7 cars in this tow, the rest back in the pit lane. Checkered flag is out then here at the Brickyard, and the 4th practice session comes to a close as well. It's Takuma Sato who ends this session again on top, which means out of the 2 sessions we've run with all cars, Sato has been the fastest. This time it's 227.519. Dixon's in 2nd place. McCulkus impressing everybody, being in 3rd place. And the rain held off just a few spots out there as well, so everyone got their running in as well. Let's go through the full times then. Here at the Brickyard, it is Takuma Sato fastest, Scott Dixon in 2nd, David McCulkus coming in 3rd place, J.R. Hildebrand an impressive 4th for AJ Foyt Enterprises, Jimmy Johnson 5th, again inside the top 10, again watch out for him for qualifying on Saturday. Pato O'Ward, Marcus Erickson, Felix Rosenquist, Simon Pashner and Ed Carpenter, the top 10. Dalton Kellett is 11th, Venus VK 12th, Christian Lundgaard in 13th and 14th for Jack Carvey. Marco Andretti on his one-off appearance down in 15th place. Colton Herta 16th, Scott McLaughlin 17th, Connor Daly 18th, Carl Kirkwood 19th and Alex Plew down in 20th. Dropping down, Will Power is 21st. Helio Casneves, a bad day for him as well, down in 22nd. Roman Grosjean 23rd. Callum Ilott 24th. Juan Pablo Montoya 25th. Santino Ferrucci 26th. Graham Rahal 27th. Alexander Rossi 28th. Tony Kanaan 29th. Sage Karam is 30th. Joseph Newgarden 31st. Devlin DiFrancesco is 32nd. And Stefan Wilson in the road car turned oval car down in 33rd place. Sato, though, tops the timesheets for practice 4.